Thank you so much, Dr. Raina, for being here with us. Now, the impact of digitalization on education, yes, we've spoken about it so much in the last 2 years, especially with the pandemic and how things have changed, especially in that sector. But, technology is no longer only an option just for early adopters. It's being seen all throughout the whole spectrum of organizations. It's not just education startups. We hear of fintechs, edtechs. It's not edtechs, just the startups. It's established institutions also. More importantly, besides the basic conversation around that, I want to delve deeper with you as to how the future of learning, the future of education is changing, because that is one sector that has been impacted very much by digitalization, by technology. Just your initial thoughts on that. How are you seeing things develop in your sector?
Good afternoon, and thank you, Sumit, for such a wonderful question. But at the outset, I would like to thank Times Group for associating Ramaiah University of Applied Science as a knowledge partner. I think when we say that future begins here, I think we in the university, in the education domain, education space, say that we are here to create the future of the generations and generations. And in that context, very, very pleased that, you are raising some pertinent questions when it comes not only upskilling the people, but also it has a why, and all of us, those who are in this auditorium and all listening to us as well, education and the university system has always contributed in developing the knowledge, skill sets, but at the same time, it has also created a kind of sense of belonging to each one of us. So in that context, just a brief, that we at the university system in the Ramaiah University are always focusing towards developing the capabilities, not only giving the degrees, but I think there is a lot of learning which goes behind training the people, skilling them, innovating the thought process in their mindset to create something good, not only for our country, but the global community. And for that, Sumit, I think education is going to be there. More and more things are going to be coming up. Think 30 years back, when in 90s, we were not sure in which direction we are moving, but today we talk of chat GPT and whatnot. This country had resources which were not compatible to teach computer science programs. But today, our workforce, the manpower is doing some wonders.
Absolutely, and not just what you mentioned about the global impact, so not just Indians in India, but Indians around the world making such waves in technology. You mentioned ChatGPT. We are here at the India Digital Fest, so of course I have to take that ahead with you. The impact of AI in education, how do you see that? Do you feel that AI would be taking over the human form of education the way ahead? There have been so many reports of how students have used ChatGPT to write papers, theses for different big exams, and even passing these bar exams and other exams.
Sumit, challenge at every sector. But I think ChatGPT replacing teachers and the human beings, I think it is beyond any contradictions. I believe that it is we the people, the grey levels that we have in our mindset, that we have created ChatGPT. It did not create human beings as on date. So I think our role of the fraternity of the teaching community is going to be there, and very, very important, very, very significant. But all these are the offshoots of the technologies that we evolve. I think we the people, when we teach in a class and make students to go to a domain of the laboratory, the prayogshalas, I think that is where new thought process comes. Today we talk of AI, ML as a dominating tool, or ChatGPT. What is going to be there after 5 years, we don't know today. I think it is we the people who create the sense of curiosity in those young minds, the sources of the future energy. Something new is going to come up. It has come, it will phase out. We'll learn computers from the basic COBOL systems, photon. Where is that? It's not there. That means the knowledge generation is taking a leap forward. So in that context, I would say, we the people are going to be there. We the teachers, the fraternity is going to be there. Yes, evolve newer tools which will facilitate, will communicate more effectively, and bring better lives to the people. And peace, prosperity, and we as Indians, can we rule the global community in the knowledge domain? I think that's a big challenge for each one of us.
Absolutely, yes. And Dr. Raina, how do you see the overall ecosystem moving? Because what I'm trying to say, like what you're saying is every few years, things come around, changes come around. So it's important for an important sector like the education sector to also reinvent itself regularly. In that case, maybe the restructuring in the ecosystem, regulatory restructuring, regulatory movement. Your thoughts on how that can be achieved to keep the education sector relevant as time moves on?
I think if we look at 3 years back, in June 2020, Government of India made an announcement of the implementation of the new education policy. If I look at it as an academic, holistically, I think it is a turning point in our thought process to bring in flexibility, curate the new thought process, and bring technology in the forefront. I would personally see, and we all as the Vice Chancellors in various fora, when we discuss and deliberate, I think it is one of the significant things. What evolves out of it is certainly, which today we don't know, but when we talk of researching, I think there is already some great knowledge which exists. I think we have to go deeper, penetrate at the foot and see that what is unsolved and can we provide a solution towards that. I think the new education policy is one such document, is a policy document which is going to give us a great space, a great thought process. Yes, don't expect results tomorrow. I think it is going to take some time. And we at Ramaiah University, when I was listening to Raghavendra, working in the composite systems and all that, I think we have created universities, we are working in them. I think we have nucleated such new thought processes, Sumit, that we and they, not only Raghavendra here, but each one of us, let us shake hands to create new knowledge for the betterment of the people, flexibility, local, regional, everything will be taken care of, provided we think unison, and that is creating new knowledge for the betterment of the humanity at large. And we at Ramaiah University, every effort goes in discussing and deliberating, even revising the curriculum from time to time, making it not only industry friendly, but learning friendly too. And looking at the global players who are our partners in higher education at various levels, how they and us can work together in making a different ecosystem of learning in the education institutions.
I'll take that point one step ahead, because again you mentioned the global aspect. So I know that Ramaiah University, you have 13 plus faculties, you've got various MOUs signed with national government bodies as well as international institutions. What's the plan ahead to provide maybe, formalizing digital education where people from across the globe can avail the campus experience of education sitting in any remote city? So what are some plans?
Well, I think, this collaboration is a partnership where we share knowledge. We are not, I would say, borrowing only the knowledge. I think they and us work together in this domain. I personally see that there's advice, their suggestions, their cooperation is adding value to our newer thought process and creating an environment where our students and their students can work together. Can we create a template? Can we create a platform where there is going to be exchange of thought process? We in this country are not new to creating new knowledge. It has been there for centuries. But I think today we are in a different domain where global community is slowly and steadily recognizing our efforts, our contributions. Whatever we heard since morning, I think it is all contemporary, that we are there and we are there to exist. I think in that case, the universities, not only Ramaiah, but all universities are contributing significantly in developing the human capital.
Perfect. So one last question I have for you. So the important thing is, when we're talking about the redefinition of education through digitalization, it's also important that there are some mindset and behavioral changes that should be brought in also, both in the people that are taking the education as well as the people that are passing on that education. Your thoughts on what kind of training programs for educators and for people that are required to adapt to this mindset?
See, our university system provides, when you said about the 13 faculties, you name any specialization, we have the expertise. Right. Health sciences to technology, social science to the legal sciences, design to management, commerce to product design, artificial intelligence, user interface and user experience training. I think everything is there. So networking, hybridizing, and in that case, I would say, we are there to contribute. We are there to inspire the generations to come forth. And for that, when we look at the cross-disciplinary and the transdisciplinary approach of education, I think university like ours, who offer such variety of programs, without having a boundary between one discipline to another, are going to be the new norm in new education system. I would say here, digitizing is the core theme of this discussion and deliberation. COVID certainly gave us a spark that we had to come out, and we have also at Ramaiah we are developing the training skills in our faculty members. We are conducting various FDPs and the MDPs, skilling everyone so that an ecosystem is created which will help each one. I think we are there to provide opportunities to everyone.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Raina. It was an absolute pleasure to have spoken to you and for sharing your thoughts on the space.
Thank you, Sumit. Thank you very much. And thanks, Times Group, for associating us in this wonderful event.